We are delighted to welcome back the consummate entrepreneur, Robert Schulte, aka Beelon Musk, but this time around, my friends, things are different. If you're interested in Beelon's come up, check out his episode on Tough to Say. That would be March 7th, titled Beelon Musk. So, Beelon, if that is your real name, we're here to announce something rather magnanimous. Rob's brand, The Honey Network, is about to launch something, dare I say, avant-garde. Let's start there. Ooh. What are you launching and when?
Gentlemen, it's an honor to be back. And yes, Honey Network will be launching an energy honey on the 1st of the month.
Oh, shit. I'm already tired as fuck. I'll take whatever I get my hands on. Go on.
Yeah, it was... A lot of our ideas were a work in progress. We had, honeys from different parts of the world, but it all came back to the idea of wanting to stand out. And I have this notes, the notes app on your phone. I have this list of like random ideas that, I know a lot of people that have it. Like one of them was like a pledge Uber. There were like so many different just random ideas we had, and one of them that I came up with at some point during senior year, I don't know when or how it got put in my phone, but I looked at it in like a few months ago and I saw caffeine honey, and I don't know why that slipped through the cracks, but being able to kind of read that again and think it through, I thought about how realistic of an idea it was. Looked in the market, there was really nothing out there that had honey combined with some sort of energy source, so I started experimenting, playing around in my apartment with green tea, stevia leaves, monk fruit, and finally came up with a concoction that essentially can be a replacement for a pre-workout, a replacement for coffee, for tea, anything that you need to get you through the workday or through a workout. Honey itself is a natural pre-workout. It has lots of amino acids that make it, great for protein development and muscle growth. So it just kind of, all the pieces came together, and now I'm trying to find a way to creatively share that with the world, and I think I've got something ready, and it's ready to launch.
So Rob, you were like a chemistry guy as a product developer, trying to blend your own concoction. Am I picturing like Bill Nye with, you and
that? That's exactly right. It's funny. The green tea extract that I bought from this, it's not a sketchy site, but it came in this like weird bag, and it's white powder. So the first time I was making it, my roommate wasn't home, and I had it all on the table. Had this honey in like this milligram scale laid out, and my roommate walks in and sees this white powder with this milligram scale and starts freaking out. But yeah, it was just a process of trial and error. Started with way too much caffeine, and that's the tough thing about like experimenting with this. I work my full-time job, and at night I'll start tasting and experimenting with the caffeine, and then I'm up all night just because I'm wired.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just been a work in progress. Slowly adding more caffeine, trying different kinds of honey. We changed from United States honey to European honey. One of my buddies who I played water polo with in high school and middle school got. Yeah, we played water polo together, and he moved to Budapest after playing water polo at St. Mary's, and he got a grant from the Hungarian government to start a bee farm. And he reached out to me a few months ago, like, I posted, like, on graduation, like, oh, I'm graduating, I'm going to do honey stuff and work. And he messaged me, he's like, yo, let's catch up, I'm doing honey full time, just so random. And now he's starting to send me some of his honey.
Yeah.
It's like a beautiful, like, clear white honey, super sweet. Has like hits of vanilla almost, and it pairs perfectly with the caffeine. And we've been infusing other flavors with it as well. But yeah, just kind of a cool partnership that came out of nowhere. And yeah, it's all been taking place in my apartment between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m.
So after consulting the Silk Road for your production unit, and then linking with dare I say, a parlay of water sports and the Budapestian government, we have now landed on a caffeinated honey product, which will be launching, I believe we can say at this current juncture that it is live now. And my question for you, of the many I have, you're talking to a generation that is, generally speaking, overworked, underpaid, and undercaffeinated. We're all drinking a lot of coffee. We're all drinking a ton of Celsius, a lot of various energy drinks, the Bangs, the Reigns. I'm sure there's another noun that'll come out later on.
You can't forget the Red Bulls.
Red Bulls is like the
Those
the
guys
godfather of energy. If and the Reign
are.
is like the Chris Maltasanti of energy. But you come across a product, and I want to hit this from a couple of different angles, but generationally speaking, what are you looking to accomplish with this particular unit? What are you looking to accomplish? Do you really want to you tie this in with your own generation of people who are just working very hard and need that pick-me-up, or is it more of the health approach?
So I guess this comes from why there's two parts to this question: why I'm doing it and what I hope the product's going to do. Why I'm doing this product, I had to think more about what I thought the vision of the company was. And I mean, you hear all the time how important it is to care about a cause, but I feel like entrepreneurship itself is marketed a lot of times as this is an easy way to make a ton of money and become famous on social media, start a business, and that's the way to do it. And I think that's the reason a lot of people do go into that field or say they're going to start a business just for that reason. But once you start focusing on being a missionary and having that true cause, Mark Lohr, he founded Jet.com, sold it to Walmart. And he said something like, the value creates the value. And he had, his goal was to make certain amounts of money, and he was never successful. Because his goal was to make money, he didn't do that. But once he started thinking about a greater cause and a greater purpose and a story people could get behind, that's when he started, really succeeding. Same thing with Joe Salzer with Arena Consulting. That's something he was really passionate about, that specific industry, and I think he'll be really successful with that. So my big vision for the Honey Network is to foster the beekeeping community by selling products to raise awareness for how important bees are. You hear all the time how important bees are, but there's this huge gap between the beekeeping community that's averaging, 50, 60 years old, and then young people who, are going to the store, doing their things, don't really care about going to the honey to buy raw organic honey. If it's an option in their coffee, sure, but they're not going to go out of the way to do it. So I'm trying to bridge the gap between those two very separated generations, and I'm hoping to do that through the product. So that's kind of the big vision, turning more to the product. And this is something anyone listening right now could go on the website and see the cost and caffeine differences.
Dude, he's sharing his screen right now. Rob is sharing his screen right now on this whatever platform that we're on.
So, audience, I have your back.
There's a bar graph.
What we're seeing. We have never had a guest, let alone a host, share the screen. And of course, Elon Musk walks in this studio and shares his screen. And this is actually incredible.
This is really cool data.
Wow. So wait, so we have more caffeine than a Red Bull, an 8-ounce coffee, a soda.
Okay, we're hands off now.
So-
Go ahead. Explain the graph.
Anyone listening, go to honeynetwork.co and it'll be on the homepage. It's essentially two graphs showing the caffeine level per each popular caffeine item and the cost. And you can see that, when you go to the store or a coffee shop to buy, a cup of coffee or a cup of green tea, it's usually $2-3, which is, pretty typical, kind of expensive, but you'll pay it if you're at a coffee shop. But the amount of caffeine you're getting for a cup of green tea is 35 milligrams. A cup of coffee is about 96. Soda is about $1 per can, and you're getting 40 milligrams. And Red Bull is pretty expensive. It's almost $3 a can, and but you're getting 110 milligrams of caffeine. So there's this weird discrepancy between cost of items and coffee. So when I started thinking about how honey would fit in the picture when combined with green tea, and the way I'm able to produce it, since honey is so sweet, it naturally combats the tartness or bitterness of the caffeine. It's like a perfect match. So you only need to spend 83 cents per stick of honey, and per each serving you're getting 120 milligrams of caffeine, which is more than green tea, more than soda, more than even a Red Bull, an 8-ounce Red Bull.
We are incredibly excited. Again, hit honeynetwork.co, get yourself some honey sticks. Interested to see the product. And hey, if you're a Tough to Say listener or an OG, code Tough to Say, 15% off. I didn't even know about the sticker. I'm just going to buy one myself with the code so that I can get a sticker because the sticker sounds really cool. Because I have another sticker. I have another Honey Network sticker that I have on my – I wish I had it with me right now. It's in the kitchen right now, but it's on my my Hydro Flask. And I sport that shit like it's the brand that I rep. I'm a brand ambassador. But no, dude, this is incredibly exciting. Again, we are happy to be your partners in this. And also, I say that very loosely. We are a podcast that a couple people listen to and that might buy your product. This is all Beelon, and we are simply observers from the sidelines. But we are the number one cheerleaders, maybe next to your family or your...
That's right. No, hey. Dak
That is
Prescott
true.
needs
You
his
do.
cheerleaders. The Cowboys need the cheerleaders, regardless of who they put on the field. So, hey, we have our role, Ram. Don't discredit us, baby. We're a team here. 15% off.
Yeah,
Promo
we
code
haven't
tough to
contributed
say.
at all to the creation of the product.
The false.
Not even
Not
an
at all.
iota.
Nah,
but
Nah.
we will ride the curtails of your success.
That's right. You're an Uber that we just don't know the end destination just yet. But we hopped in that car with our masks on. And
Going
we are.
somewhere. Who knows? Destination unknown.
No, Rob, this has been great, man. Very excited, and we'll get you out of here. I had to just water down your very, very nice conclusion with our silliness. But, yes, thank you for coming on board.
it's
We
about.
will be pushing this as much as humanly possible. I will be personally an investor based on the amount that I plan to consume.